Today is a really big day. We are testing out the companion microphones. I mentioned these in a previous video. Shout out to Mead Killian. These things are amazing. But I invited 3 of my friends to go to lunch with me today. We are using the Soundprint app to find a noisy restaurant. Usually I tell my patients the opposite, use it to find a quiet restaurant. But some of us have normal hearing, some of us have mild to moderate hearing loss. Some of us passed the cognitive screening and others did not, but all of us struggle to hear in background noise. So we're going to try a couple different scenarios and I'm excited to see how it goes. So that was a really fun visit. The restaurant was way louder than it should have been, and I apologized to them. I didn't expect it to be over 80 decibels. I was shooting for someplace closer to 70 dB, but it was pretty loud, so it was a very good test. We tried different conditions. We started with no hearing aids at all. These patients both wear RIC devices. And then we put the hearing aids on. Each time I had a different condition, we were looking at their listening effort. So this is a scale that I got from Heidi Hill, her CogniHear program. But I would ask them on a scale of 0 to 10, how hard is it for you to hear? 10 is, this is the hardest thing I've ever done, and 0, this is really easy, I can follow you just fine. So in every condition, so we did with their hearing aids on, I had a directional microphone program set, we did live listen through the phone, and 5 was the average, and so I can share those numbers with you too. But they said, you know, I'm struggling to hear, but it's not the worst thing. Without their hearing aids at all, they reported an 8 or a 9. So the hearing aids were helping, but they didn't see that improvement, probably because it was about 85 dB in background noise with the directional mics and the live listen. So when we put the C mics on, they reported that their listening effort actually went down to a 2. And so it was really helpful. We tried headphones over their hearing aids. They actually preferred the open ear with just the ear hook. We tried 1 ear hook versus 2, and they thought that they did better with 2. And so that was really actually eye-opening for me to be in that challenging environment to see how well hearing aids actually work. And so I hope that this was helpful. And I kept asking you those questions about how hard it was and if it got easier as we went through. And I think that we found that with the hearing aids, on a scale of 1 to 10, you were at about a 5 as far as how hard it was. Do you remember what it went down to with the microphones?
Probably about a 2 or something like that.
So you still heard the noise,
yes,
but you just didn't have to work as hard.
Right,
Yep.
absolutely.